we'll go ahead and convene back into regular session. There's no items to consider. Mr. Seeley, I know this is under your report. Did you want to take an opportunity to introduce our new staff attorney?
We're happy. I think most of you had the opportunity to meet Allison Wilkins. She has joined our office and has been a great help to us over the last couple of weeks. We're all very excited to have Ms. Wilkins. And if you haven't had the opportunity to meet her, I hope you come by and get a chance to introduce yourself.
All right, the next item of business is the county mayor's report. Mayor Grandy.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. There is really not a lot to report tonight from my perspective, but the sheriff's year-end report for FY18 you'll find on page 19, and that's really all we have in our report for tonight, unless there's any questions.
Thank you, Mayor. Next item is the Director of the Health Department, Director Minnick. I don't think she is here this evening. It's not like her, so we'll be looking for her next month. The Director of Schools, Dr. Flannery. I'm sorry, Mr. Hale, did you all have anything to report other than in the packet?
Not other than Director Flannery had the family head out to Nashville. That's why it's not here.
Okay. Thank you for being here. All right, the Employee Compensation and Benefits Committee, Commissioner Callister.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. You'll find our report on page 20. Everyone else wants to report on the elections. I would encourage you, we are having our next meeting in Gallup, Shell Stewart, gives you a report overview of the employee compensation benefits that we have in that's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Commissioner. Any questions for Commissioner McAllister? Seeing none. Health, Education, and Welfare Committee, Commissioner Edens.
Yes, the youth committee report is on page 21 of the packet. We report back to the mayor, their officers. We have two attachments. The first being a presentation by the President Mayor, President of Schools, Dr. Flannery, the budget amendments, and we also have a presentation from the primary court reporters. Both of those are in the packet for review, and we have one action item. Resolution number 18-1004, amending the fiscal year budget of the school system for 2018-2019 for one-time
funding of a bonus to all school employees. No new money involved. I bring that to you in form of a motion.
Thank you, Commissioner. Seconded by Commissioner Ford. Discussion.
Call the question.
Question's been called. Madam Clerk, if you'll switch us to the voting screen. Go ahead and cast your vote and lock it in. Madam Clerk, if you'll announce the vote. 15 yes, 0 no, 0 absent. Resolution passes. Anything else, Commissioner Edens?
That's it for us.
All right, any questions for Commissioner Edens? All right, next item is the Investment Committee. Commissioner McAllister.
And again, Mr. Chairman, you'll find our report page 43. Just to highlight that, please note that historical give us an overview of our investments. That'll be what's on our agenda for next month. Unless there are any questions to me, that's all I have.
All right. No questions. Next item is the Public Records Commission. Have you all met yet, Mike, to elect the chairman? All right. There's no meeting. All right. Next item is the Public Safety Committee report. Commissioner Wheeler.
One of our minutes from October meeting on page 60 of the packet, the election of officers. We have two items for action to come before you tonight. First is resolution 181007, approving the application for funding under the Edward Byrne Justice Assistance Grant Program for Washington County Sheriff's Department. We bring that to you as a motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Wheeler, second by
Cheryl? Question's been called. Madam Clerk, if you'll switch us to the voting screen. Go ahead and cast your vote and lock it in. Madam Clerk, if you'll announce the vote, 15 yes, 0 no, 0 absent, resolution passes. Commissioner.
Item for action is, particular packet resolution 1810-11, resolution authorizing the distribution of Sheriff's Department surplus and seized property. We bring to you as a
Motion made by Commissioner Wheeler, seconded by Commissioner Ford. Discussion? Questions been, do we have any discussion? Question's been called. Madam Clerk, if you'll switch us to the voting screen. Go ahead and cast your vote and lock it in. Madam Clerk, if you'll announce the vote, 15 yes, 0 no, 0 absent, resolution passes. Any further questions or? Seeing none. Next item is the Purchasing Commission. Commissioner Lott.
page 78, see the minutes of several meetings, and we had selection of auction, and copy of the purchasing policy. And then we had a discussion on the surplus items to be sold through gov.deals, and the list is on page 87.
Commissioner Tester. We completely did, yes. That was a complete mistake on my part. No, there wasn't, but I did miss that. I'm sorry. Since we don't have a motion, we can back up and go ahead and take care of that. If that's all right with you all, or do you want to proceed on purchasing? Okay. We do have a resolution to consider under purchasing. Form of a motion. Do we have a second? Seconded by Commissioner McAllister. We're voting on Resolution 1810-05. It's under the Purchasing Commission. It's a resolution authorizing disposition of surplus property on gov deals. It's on page 87. Have a motion and a second. Commissioner Tester had seconded it. Isn't that right, Commissioner? Oh, Commissioner McAllister. Is there any discussion? Question's been called. Madam Clerk, if you'll switch us to the voting screen, please. Go ahead and cast your vote and lock it in. Madam Clerk, if you'll announce the vote, 15 yes, 0 no, 0 absent, resolution passes. We'll back up to the Public Works Committee. Commissioner Davenport.
Resolution number 1810-08 is accepting Solomon Pass as a Washington County road, bringing that into the county as a county road.
Commissioner Fitzgerald. Discussion. Question's been called. Madam Clerk, if you'll switch us to the voting screen. Go ahead and cast your vote and lock it in. Madam Clerk, if you'll announce the vote, 15 yes, 0 no, 0 absent, resolution passes.
Next resolution, resolution
Do I have a second? Second by Commissioner Edens. Discussion? Seeing none, question's been called. Madam Clerk, if you'll switch us to the voting screen, go ahead and cast your vote and lock it in. Madam Clerk, if you announce the vote, 15 yes, 0 no, 0 absent, resolution passes.
Resolution 15-1010, resolution authorizing the disposition of highway department surplus property on Doug Fields. It is a 2006 Cleveland truck.
Do I have a second? Seconded by Commissioner Fitzgerald. Discussion? Question's been called. Madam Clerk, if you'll switch us to the voting screen, go ahead and cast your vote and lock it in. Fifteen yes, 0 no, 0 absent, resolution passes. Any questions for Commissioner Davenport on Public Works? None. Next item is the Rules Committee. Commissioner Tester.
Mr. Chairman, our minutes are on page 89 of your packet. We had the first meeting with our officers, and we had a good discussion about some of our rules of procedure with Mr. Seeley. Specifically, we talked some about the election of committee of committees, and possibly trying to improve and clarify some of the rules regarding that. If there's other issues or things that anybody wants us to address, me or one of the other committee members know, I appreciate it. The only other thing we did, Mr. Chairman, was we switched our meeting time to 8 a.m.
Excellent.
That's in our rules.
Thank you, Commissioner Tester. Next item is the Budget Committee. Commissioner Wheeler, you're the Vice Chairman of the Budget Committee.
Our minutes on page 90 of the packet have one action item and for you resolution. As a motion, that is resolution number 18-1006, resolution transferring $500,000 to construction costs for the supplementary
Have a second? Seconded by Commissioner Davenport. Discussion? Question's been called. Madam Clerk, if you'll switch us to the voting screen. Go ahead and cast your vote and lock it in. Madam Clerk, if you'll announce the vote, 15 yes, 0 no, 0 absent, resolution passes. Next item is notaries. We have a resolution for notaries. Resolution 18-1012 is a resolution approving the election of notaries public for appointment or reappointment for Washington County, Tennessee. Motion made by Commissioner Lott, seconded by Commissioner Edens to approve the resolution. Discussion? Commissioner Fitzgerald, did you call the question? Question's been called. Madam Clerk, if you'll switch us to the voting screen, go ahead and cast your vote and lock it in. $15 yes, 0 no, 0 absent. Resolution passes. No new business on the agenda. Commissioner, Mayor.
I might just briefly mention to this group, you know, what a sad day it is today as the family of Bobby Weld celebrate her life at this very time. She was a loyal and faithful servant, a friend to many of us who had the opportunity to work for her over the years. For over 40 years, she served Washington County. I don't think there's a more trustworthy or loyal person that you can think of that has served our county so admirably over the years. In fact, just recently, she received a financial award for achievement, certificate of achievement from the Government Accounting and Finance. And that notice will go out to the press, so if you see it, that it just came in. But it was, through years and years of hard work, and I just hope that you'll remember Chris and his family and all of those that, loved Bobby as we leave tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. I think she had worked for 4 mayors in a row, and one of those being here for 25 years. So that's really amazing feat. All right, our next miscellaneous announcements. Friday, November the 16th, 2018 at 5 p.m. is the cutoff for the commission agenda. Also, 5:30 on the 29th, we have a workshop meeting scheduled with the school board at the central office. And as you'll note, the committee meetings this month are on November the 1st. However, CTAST has scheduled a workshop from 8:30 to 12 at the Millennium Center. And that was after the notice had already went out for our meetings. So it's hard to change our committee-on-committee meetings if you were planning to attend the CTAS workshop from 8:30 to 12. Just let your committee chairman know. Do I have a motion to adjourn? Motion made by Commissioner Eden, seconded by Commissioner Fitzgerald to adjourn. All in favor signify by saying aye. All opposed, like sign.